So how many passwords do you have? How do you remember them? How often do you change them? Here are the top tips to avoid getting hacked. We're going to talk to David Masson from Darktrace about how to avoid that nightmare scenario. And we were just talking about off air about passwords, and and I got an email once, and it was like, wow, that was really close to my password, and that's not as difficult as you would think.
No, when it comes to passwords, it's said all the time, everybody's heard it. Now it's my turn to say it is, you really have a complex password, and do not use the same password for every application, every site you visit. Okay, so complex passwords, but don't reuse the same password everywhere. The one you use for your Gmail account, do not use for your internet banking, do not use for your online shopping. Different passwords, different sites, and complex passwords. It's not that difficult to do.
What's a complex password?
A combination of letters, numbers, upper and lowercase letters, diacritic marks, that's what I call them, question marks, exclamation marks, forward slashes. Jumble them up, and that'll make it really difficult for the bad guys to hack them or guess them, whether they're doing it themselves or they're using a big supercomputer to try and crack it.
But how do you remember it, though, too?
Okay, that can be challenging, okay,
yeah.
But it is possible to get things called password managers that will hold your passwords for you. Of course, the password you use to access, you've got to keep that to yourself. But complex passwords are absolutely the best thing to do.
Okay, it's a difficult time right now because we live on these things so much, and our lives are so tied to it. One of the things I found interesting, you're talking about Wi-Fi, and hackers are starting to focus on that.
Yeah, okay, so be very cautious when you're using public Wi-Fi. This is the kind of Wi-Fi you get at airports, cafes, malls, that kind of thing. I'm not saying don't use it, but be cautious about what it is when you're doing, because they are open. It says public Wi-Fi, and everybody can see what you're doing. And the bad guys can actually see what you're doing between your device and the internet. So be cautious about what you're doing. So I wouldn't do your internet banking on public Wi-Fi. You can use things like VPNs, virtual private networks. These often come with your antivirus software. If you remember it, put it on your phone. And they will hide what you're doing. But just be cautious. Think about what you're doing when you're using public Wi-Fi.
Now, with a VPN, is that something an individual can set up as well, or is that more business oriented?
Quite often now with regular antivirus software that you can buy commercially, they'll offer a VPN, or you can buy it as an addition. But if you don't have a VPN, just be cautious and think carefully about what you're doing.
So just stay away from the stuff. If you wouldn't stand out in the street and yell out your password for your bank account, probably shouldn't be doing it on Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
Wi-Fi as
exactly.
Well, right? Yeah. And the passwords and the privacy settings that come with all these various places that we go to. Is there any hope that you can even understand reading them? Should we be reading them more? Because I know most people just go, I agree.
Oh, okay. Check what it is you're saying about yourself when you're using social media. Look at what you've decided to give up to other people, and consider, what is it I want people to know about me, or what is it, or who is it I want to know about me. Check that regularly. Quite often when social media applications update, they put everything back to default, and the default is everything about you is known to everybody. But give it a bit of thought when you're using these things, and also consider, if you're using your social media applications to actually access the internet, really do check, because if you don't, you'll be giving everything up to those applications, and of course if the applications get hacked, you're going to get hacked.
So just really play it safe, lock everything away essentially.
Think about what it is you want to lock away. Think about what it is you want to lock away.
Okay, David, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you coming in. I'm going to start changing all my passwords right now. Hey, if you want more info, go to breakfasttelevision.ca.